Okay, so guys, please let's mute ourselves. If you're about to talk, you can unmute and then you talk. If not, let's keep our mics muted. Okay. Where's my face? Okay. So 36 says, which of the following is not an anti-anxiety agent? So meaning the following, almost all of them are anti-anxiety agents, except one. Please differentiate anti-anxiety agent from antidepressant. Okay, great. So we are welcome back to the class to continue. This will be the last part of the class. We started before 4 p.m. and we are getting to the later part. God willing, tomorrow, in case you are joining now, tomorrow we'll be meeting face-to-face on campus. To finish the rest we're about to indicate, we'll be discussing that practically, and we will use that as a revision. God willing, tomorrow on campus at the University of Ghana Business School. Okay, so we've gotten to question 36, meaning that 36 is indicating that the rest, or almost everything in the possible answers, all the possible answers are anti-anxiety disorders. Agents, except one. Okay, so which of them do you think is not an anti-anxiety agent?
I'll go for C.
C, and you are not
acetylcholine.
You are not different from the truth. So that's correct. Acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is more of stimulant. Okay, the rest works with inhibition. Barbiturates, GABA, alcohol, they all works with inhibitory. So when someone is having an anxiety and how do you call it, exhaustive apprehension, and the person is like being overwhelmed with a situation and all that, alcohol can work as anti-anxiety, GABA, and a barbiturate can work as anti-anxiety. But acetylcholine is stimulant, so it is not anti-anxiety disorder. Please, once again, try as much as possible to read the drugs aspect of the course. Okay, I think I said in 2019 also, when we were doing this course in our slides, it was session, I think 3. I don't know about yours now in 2024. So kindly cross-check. Okay. Okay, so let's go to 37. 37 says GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, and therefore it is likely to GABA, the full meaning is gamma-aminobutyric acid. It's a major, okay, a major inhibitory neurotransmitter, not just an inhibitory neuron, a major one, the father, the mother, the odogu of inhibitory neurotransmitters. Tomorrow we'll use the opportunity to go through what we mean by inhibitory neurotransmitters and their activities and all that, okay? But for now, I'm assuming you know. So GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, and therefore it's likely to increase the level of activity. The answer will be
no. It's C.
No.
GABA helps
Does it cause joy?
activities in the brain.
Decrease. Joy. Let's go. Oh. Okay, so the answer is B then. Decrease alertness in an individual. Okay, it inhibits receptors from being active. Okay, so let's go to 38.
The ones we know will allow you continue.
I can see that. Okay, so 38 says if the behavioral effect of benzodiazepines is reduced, meaning is to reduce anxiety, one can conclude that they are agonists. They are agonists for dash. Okay, let me take it again. if the behavioral effect of benzodiazepines. So it's going to ask the effect of benzodiazepines. If it is to reduce anxiety, okay, meaning if it's an anti-anxiety agent, then we can conclude that it's part of which of the following? Meaning that, you see, the question we just answered in, is it 36 or so? Question 36. Let me scroll up a bit. You can see the anti-anxiety agents. And we said one is not part of them, which is the acetylcholine. Now it's saying that if we are to agree that benzodiazepines is to reduce anxiety, meaning it's to serve as anti-anxiety, then we can conclude that they are agonists for, is it GABA, dopamine, acetylcholine? GABA, great. If you are smart, you will definitely get it from even the 36. So it's associated with GABA. Okay, let's continue with 39.
I'm lost though.
Who is this? Is that Abigail?
Yes.
Abigail, why are you lost? Were you late?
I think I wasn't following from 36. All of a sudden we went to 39, so I was just confused.
Okay. So the 36, we've already done that. We've done 37. We were only referring to 36 when we got to 38.
So what was the answer for 36?
Places.
Someone said
Colin. C.
Okay, yes. All right. What of 37?
Please, 37 is C. Abigail,
All
you
right,
know why
sure.
I'm adding please? You know why I'm adding please before I talk to you? Okay.
What of 38?
Please, we said 38 is A.
Okay, thank you very much.
Please, are we correct? Are we correct?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Guys, course rep said we are correct, so we can continue. Okay, so okay, so Parkinson's disease is caused by degeneration of what structure in the brain, meaning deterioration of which part of the brain. A says, you know Parkinson's disease, right? Who can on the video and demonstrate me how Parkinson's looks like? Assuming you have Parkinson's, which you will never have. Amen.
Muhammad Ali. Your heads keep shaking, and Rollins, they when they are speaking, their heads will be shaking, and they don't have stiff. I think some of their fingers also stiffens up and all those things.
Okay.
The
So
example of
on your video and demonstrate it for us. Papa, if
oh,
you know
no,
you're
no.
not going to demonstrate, if you know you're not going to demonstrate off your video, go and take charge to money in the was and care. Better. Okay. Okay, so when you have Parkinson's, God forbid, you wobble. It's like you kind of vibrate. When you are talking, there's kind of shaking. When you are walking, you're shaking. When you're talking, you shake. And Parkinson's, like I mentioned in the class the last time, Parkinson is the name of someone, and he was the first person to be diagnosed with such syndrome or disorder, and therefore the disorder was named after him. Okay, so there's a cause when it was discovered that some part of the brain, some structure was deteriorating or degenerating. Okay, it wasn't actually functioning, it was deteriorating. Do you know which part of the brain that was discovered to be deteriorating, therefore leading to Parkinson's disease? A says the medial thalamus. B says motor cortex. That's precentral gyrus. And C says cerebellum, and D says substantia nigra.
B
as in
B,
Venice?
the motor. No,
It's
B as in
C.
motor cortex.
Some also says C.
Yes.
substantial.
The motor cortex has to do with movement and all those things. So if your body keeps shaking and all those things, it's highly
And the
likely
movement
it's the motor cortex.
Okay, guys, relax. It's good if some people get it correct and some people get it wrong. Because those who are getting it wrong,
Substantial nigra.
calm down. You guys should be calming down. If you have chilled water beside you, take it.
Okay.
Your temper the hot. Okay, so so those who said D, that is D for Daniel, or D for Ivan Pavlov's dog. That's D. They are correct. But then, why did the person also say? Why did someone will say B? That's B for Benis, or for basket. The person is also saying B because we said the person's body will shake, and when we talk of motor cortex, the motor is actually movement. You understand? So that's why the person is getting like that. But here we are asking which structure which structure is being deteriorated or is being affected, therefore leading to this Parkinson's disease. So if you say just the shaking, motor cortex can be any of the organs. Okay. So here we are talking about some structure in the brain. When that structure has a problem, when that structure starts to deteriorate, there will be how do you call it? Parkinson's disorder being materialized, and that structure is called a substantia nigra. The substantia nigra. Please mute yourself, okay? Some people have not muted themselves. Okay, thank you. Okay, guys, so that is it. In case you are joining us, we've said that this part, question 1 to 40, we are kind of explaining the crunchy aspect a bit, but we are moving a bit faster because we want to finish with that, God willing. God willing, tomorrow we are meeting in person to discuss the next part, as we will see, and that will help us revise almost everything. And we will enter into the examination hall. We'll be answering like close to 200 questions. We'll enter into the examination hall with Vim, more than 200, like I said, it could be 300. We are just done with 40. So we have more to do. Okay, so question 39, we've answered that. Question 40 says, damage to the Wernicke's area is characterized by the inability to. This question, we've answered it over and over, but this time around, it didn't come with the broadcast. It came with the Wernicke's area. So damage to the Wernicke's area is characterized by the inability to, meaning when the Wernicke's area or the Wernicke's area is damaged, what will it lead to? What will be the manifestation? What are we going to see? A says produce speech, meaning it will lead to the inability to produce speech. B says it will lead to the inability to use correct grammar. C says the inability to comprehend language. And D says the inability to recognize a melody. What do you think is the correct answer?
C. Comprehend language.
Exactly. If it was to be about production of speech, then will it be the Wernicke's area? If it's about production of speech, the inability to produce speech, will it be the Wernicke's area? Damage to the Wernicke's area will lead to the inability to comprehend language, to understand language. But when it comes to production of speech, the person is having difficulty or is impaired when it comes to production of speech. Will it be the Wernicke's area that's being affected? Or
No. Production is Broca's area.
Yeah, the Broca's area. Good, because we did that few moments ago. Okay, so we are done with this. So
when I didn't see the boy touching the bed.
Fafa will be here.
Which boy is touching bed too? Are you with Fafa? No, my boy.
People are doing things.
You to this boy, don't be touching bed straight away. Don't be touching bed straight away. At least there are chairs.
They show me doing what?
You're in. Okay. Okay, so you see, we'll be discussing these things, God willing, tomorrow face to face, God willing. So questions like this: what is neurotransmitter? A neurotransmitter, we know, like I said, but then we'll use that to revise what things we've discussed about neurotransmitters, their activity in the synapse, and when the types we have, that is the inhibitory and the excitatory, and then their function at the postsynaptic receptors. 2, select one neurotransmitter and describe its effect in the nervous system. So we can select any neurotransmitter like serotonin, like GABA, like dopamine, and then we'll discuss how it functions in the nervous system, especially at the synapse. Remember, they function at the synapse, the end foot and the synapse. When they go beyond the synapse, then it's now go back to electrical and not chemical. Remember, neurotransmitters are chemical and not electrical. So from the beginning of the head, the soma of the neuron throughout to the axon is electrical process. When it gets to the terminal branches, the end foot, and into the synapse, then it is chemical. That is where we have to talk about neurotransmitters. Okay, so what is executive function? And this has to do with functions of the brain. There is a function we call executive function. What is that? And especially when it comes to that, we'll be talking about the forebrain and specifically the frontal lobes and all that. Okay. Question 4 says, what is the role of the thalamus in the transfer of sensory information to the cortex? Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, transfer of sensory information to the cortex, when it comes to, how do you call it? Visual transfer of information to the cortex, we call it transaction. But it's asking the role of the thalamus. Now, let me even answer this quickly, but then tomorrow we'll go into it a bit. The thalamus, remember, it says it serves as a relay station. When you receive an information through any of the sensory organs, they have to pass through the thalamus to the cortex. And then when it's sending the information back to the back for reaction, then it's also go through the thalamus. So these are some of the things. I'm just rushing through this. Don't worry. God willing, tomorrow we'll meet and then we'll deal with that. For those who don't know the location or is not familiar with our class, you can relate to Abigail, Abigail, or Bridget or Jasper or any of your colleagues that are familiar with the class. Okay. Okay. So, and if you need this question, so I believe most of you have it. Almost everybody have this question. In case you don't have, you can relate to them and they will get you the question. Okay. We'll also be looking at this question, the primary function of the parasympathetic nervous system. This will also help us to discuss the PNS, that's the peripheral nervous system. Okay, we'll revise that. So you see the questions, we are not just going to solve questions and say, write down. No, we are going to use them to revise almost everything in the slides. What is the primary function of the parietal lobe? We've discussed that already, but again, you see the question will help us to revise it once again. Someone has something to say. Thanks. Okay, you're welcome, missionary Tewia. Hey, missionary, man. No, I know, boy. Missionary. Maybe you are a Catholic or Anglican or something. I know Abigail's mind is somewhere else, and Papa. Okay. What is the primary function of the parietal lobe? We'll talk about that again. We'll revise that again. Select one method of technique used to examine or study the brain and describe one advantage of that technique. We'll be talking about this one too. What is the role of the corpus callosum in the brain? This one, if you don't get it, please, it's in the, if you don't know this answer, it's in the objectives. What is referred to as the threshold of excitation in an action potential? So this, will be discussing this one too. During our discussion, revision of neurons, God willing, tomorrow. On this note, if you have any question to ask, any contribution to make, feel free to unmute yourself. Okay. What causes Parkinson's disease? Remember, we've done that already. We've done that already. If you don't know, go back to the objectives. Now, this is the reason I like us to discuss the objectives as well. See, you see them reflecting again and again. What is referred to as excitatory postsynaptic potential? That's EPSP. Okay, guys, if you have any contribution, any comment, any question, feel free to post forward your question. If not, then we'll call it a day.
Please, what time are you meeting?
Tomorrow?
No.
Yes, please.
Yeah, 4 p.m. God willing, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay.
At the business school.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys. So see you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
Hello,
Okay,
sir.
okay.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Please, the business school, the one on campus or the one
Yes, the one on campus. The one on campus.
Okay. I've not joined your class before. This is my first time.
Oh, okay. Then I'm glad to have you in my class. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
welcome.
Thank you.
I'm glad to have all of you in the class. So
Okay, so tomorrow when we come there, the specific place, or
Okay.
what do we say? Like when you get to the place.
Okay. Abigail, would you come early tomorrow? Let me mute this. I think it's Papa's area. Let me mute them. Abigail, do you have
Yeah.
my? Would you be coming early tomorrow?
Yes, please, hopefully.
Okay. What of Bridget? Is Bridget online? Okay. So Abigail, then type your number.
No.
Most of them know your number. So type your number. Just for you to type your number so that tomorrow they can call you. Type your number in the
They say they are school in them.
money you upon you. Please type your number so that we can copy. Okay, let me also type my number. But guys, type your number so that when they are coming, they can call you in case they will not be able to reach me.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm typing my number. It ends with 42. And the name is Siddik Salis, the one with 42. Okay, guys, so when we are coming tomorrow, let's not forget to come along with our past questions, inshallah. So see you all tomorrow, and thanks for joining. And those who didn't join early, please, I'm uploading the videos on the YouTube channel. It's called Faculty of Intellectuals. You can WhatsApp me and I'll send you the link. We have other videos there you can also relate to. And the first one we did, everything is there. So you can go back and then check from what we've done previously. On this note, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm to have statistics class with level 300. So see you later then.
Allah, first boy.
Yeah, 5 minutes.